When I hit my 40s, I felt like someone swapped out the instruction manual for my own life. Seriously, the things that kept me healthy and happy in my 20s and 30s just stopped working. My energy tanked, my metabolism went MIA, and the future started to feel more intimidating than exciting. I knew I needed a new game plan, so I built a simple 10-step guide that completely changed how I think about aging. And today I'm sharing that exact guide with you. Look, we're all getting older, but how we get older, a lot of that is up to us. This isn't about chasing 25 again. It's about feeling strong, sharp, and genuinely happy in our 40s, 50s, and beyond. After my own little reality check, I spent years digging into the research, talking to experts, and doing a lot of trial and error to figure out what really makes a difference. And what I found was that small, consistent habits create huge results down the road. This isn't about some crazy diet or workout plan that'll burn you out in a week. This is about a practical guide to building a life that gets better with age. These are the 10 tips that changed everything for me, and I know they can for you too. Section 1. Prioritize protein and fiber. The first and fastest change I made was on my plate. I realized I couldn't eat like a 20-year-old anymore without paying for it. As our hormones shift in our 40s, our metabolism can slow down and our hunger cues can get a little loud. The answer wasn't to starve myself, but to eat smarter. The two magic words, protein and fiber. According to Dr. Peter Attia in his excellent book, Outlive, your body can start to lose 10% of muscle mass every decade. Getting enough protein is your best defense. I started aiming for a good source of protein like meat, fish, eggs, or beans with every meal to help preserve that vital muscle. Fiber is the other unsung hero. It helps you feel full, which is a game changer for managing weight, but it's also critical for good digestion and fighting off chronic diseases. I shoot for around 25 to 30 grams a day from things like berries, whole grains, nuts, and a ton of different veggies. This protein fiber 1-2 punch stabilizes your energy, keeps you satisfied, and fuels your body for the long haul. It's not about restriction, it's about adding in the good stuff. Section 2. Make strength training your go-to. If you only do one type of exercise after 40, make it this one, strength training. Cardio is great for your heart, don't get me wrong, but resistance training is what will truly set you up for a strong future. Around age 40, we start losing bone density. Think about 0.5 to 1% a year. And for women, that process can kick into high gear after menopause. But here's the amazing part. Strength training can slow, stop, and sometimes even reverse that bone loss. Lifting weights, using resistance bands, or even just your own body weight puts a healthy stress on your bones, telling them to get stronger and denser. And it's not just about your skeleton. More muscle means a faster metabolism, since muscle burns more calories at rest. Stronger muscles also give you better posture, protect your joints, and dramatically lower your risk of falls and injuries. One of the biggest threats to our independence as we get older. You don't have to become a bodybuilder. Just 2 or 3 sessions a week, hitting the major muscle groups can make a world of difference for your strength and energy for years to come. Section 3. Become a master of sleep. Getting quality sleep is absolutely essential for aging well, but it often gets trickier as we get older. Our bodies produce less melatonin, and we tend to have lighter, more easily broken sleep. But our need for 7 to 9 hours of quality rest doesn't go anywhere. Think of sleep as your body's overnight repair crew. It's when your brain clears out toxins linked to cognitive decline and Alzheimer's. It's when you lock in memories, regulate your hormones, and recharge your immune system. Skimping on sleep is linked to a higher risk of everything from dementia, heart disease, to diabetes. To get better sleep, get serious about your routine. Make your bedroom a cool, dark, quiet cave. Step away from screens and caffeine before bed. Investing in your sleep is one of the single most important things you can do for a sharp mind and a resilient body. Section 4. Become a lifelong learner. Just like your body, your brain needs a workout to stay in shape. Some age-related brain changes can start to pick up speed in your 40s, affecting things like memory and how quickly we react. But here's the fantastic news. You can fight back by keeping your brain active. Scientists call it building cognitive reserve, your brain's ability to stay resilient in the face of challenges. The best way to do this? Never stop learning. I'm not saying you need to get another degree. I have my bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, and I'm content with that for now. I'm talking about anything that challenges your brain to forge new connections. Try learning a new language. Pick up a musical instrument. Tackle a complicated recipe, or get into a good puzzle. New experiences such as travel or even just reading a book, especially reading it out loud, can fire up different parts of your brain. The trick is to pick something that's new and interesting to you. When you're constantly learning, you're actively investing in your brain's long-term health. Before we jump to the next point, I'd love to hear from you. What's one new thing you've learned or a hobby that you've gotten into since turning 40? Drop it in the comments below. It's so motivating to see what everyone in this community is up to. Section 5. Work on your social fitness. In the chaos of our 40s, juggling careers and family, friendships can accidentally get pushed to the back burner. But study after study shows that strong social connections are just as important for your longevity as your diet or exercise routine. Loneliness is a massive risk factor for depression, cognitive decline, and even dying prematurely. That's why I like to call it social fitness. It's something you have to actively work on. This isn't about having hundreds of friends. It's about the quality of those bonds. Make a real effort to connect with the people who matter. Schedule that coffee. Make that call. To meet new people, look for groups that share your interests. A book club, a hiking group, volunteer organization. You can even find friends online on platforms like Meetup. Investing in your social circle is a direct investment in your future happiness and health. Section 6. Secure your financial future. Aging well isn't just about your body. It's about having peace of mind and security. And let's be real, nothing impacts that more than money. Your 40s are a massive decade for your finances. It's often when you're earning the most, but also spending the most. Getting a handle on your money can make your future self so much happier and less stressed. First, if you have high interest debt like credit cards, make a plan to attack it. Getting rid of the high interest debt frees you up to save for what you really want. Second, if you haven't been saving for retirement, today is the day to start. A common benchmark to shoot for is having about 3 times your annual salary saved by age 40. But don't let that number scare you. Any amount is better than zero. Put money into a 401k or an IRA, especially if your employer offers a match. That's free money. It's also a great time to build up an emergency fund to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. That way, a surprise car repair or medical bill won't send your whole plan off the rails. Taking these steps is like a giant exhale for your future self. Section 7. Team up with your doctor. When we're younger, most of us only see a doctor when something's wrong. After 40, it's time to flip that script from reactive to proactive. Think of your doctor as your co-pilot for healthy aging. Having a primary care provider and going for annual checkups is one of the most important things you can do. It's all about catching small issues before they become big ones. This is the decade to know your numbers. Blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, and screening becomes key. The U.S. Preventive Services Task Force now recommends mammograms every other year for women starting at age 40. And for everyone, colon cancer screenings are typically recommended to start at age 45, as rates in younger people have been rising. I recommend going for an annual full-body skin check with a dermatologist. My dermatologist found a spot of stage 0 melanoma on my scalp last year that I had removed. I was only 47, and I don't have a family history of skin cancer. And don't forget your eyes either. Regular exams can catch things like glaucoma early. Being proactive about your health is how you stay in the driver's seat. Section 8. Build a stress management toolkit. Stress is a fact of life, but chronic stress is a wrecking ball for your health. While the old 90% of illness is caused by stress line is an exaggeration, some studies suggest that a huge majority of doctors' visits are for stress-related complaints. And in our 40s, with all the mounting responsibilities, it's easy to let stress run the show. The goal isn't to have a stress-free life. That's impossible. The goal is to get better at managing it. You need a personal toolkit of things that you can turn to. Exercise is one of the best stress busters out there. So are mindfulness and meditation. Even just a few minutes of deep breathing can calm your whole system down. Other great tools are prayer or journaling, spending time in nature, or just making time for a hobby you love. The key is to find healthy strategies that work for you and to practice them before you're overwhelmed. That way, when life gets crazy, you know exactly what to do. Section 9, eat a rainbow of whole foods. Okay, we talked about protein and fiber, but let's zoom out. The overall quality of your diet is hugely important after 40. You might not need as many calories as you used to, but your need for nutrients is just as high, if not higher. The best way to handle this is to focus on nutrient-dense foods, foods that give you the most bang for your buck nutritionally. The simplest way to think about it is to eat the rainbow. A diet full of colorful fruits and vegetables ensures you're getting a whole wide range of vitamins and antioxidants that protect your body from damage. Try to build your meals around whole foods, things that don't come in a package with a list of ingredients you can't pronounce. And at the same time, try to limit the ultra-processed stuff, sugary drinks, and unhealthy fats that fuel inflammation. Oh, and drink your water. Staying hydrated is crucial for energy, skin, and just about everything else. This isn't a diet. It's just a smarter way to eat for a body that's built to last. Section 10, cultivate a growth mindset. This final tip might be the most important one because it affects all the others. It's the decision to adopt a growth mindset. This is the belief that you can improve your abilities through dedication and hard work, as opposed to a fixed mindset, which is the belief that your talents are set in stone. Do yourself a favor. Read Mindset by Dr. Carol S. Dweck. It was my pick for the best book I read in 2025. Research is clear on this. Your attitude about aging has a real, measurable effect on how you actually age. People with a more positive view of getting older literally live longer, healthier lives. With a growth mindset, a challenge at the gym isn't a sign of decline. It's an opportunity to get stronger. You believe you can learn that new skill or build new friendships. If you tell yourself that getting older means becoming frail and forgetful, that can easily become a self-fulfilling prophecy. But if you see aging as a new chapter, one with new possibilities for growth, you'll take the actions to make that your reality. Stay curious, stay open, believe you can improve. This mental shift is the foundation for thriving in your 40s and beyond. So there you have it, the 10-step guide that completely changed my life after 40. It boils down to this: move your body and build strength. Fuel it with real food, protect your sleep, keep your brain and your social life active. Get your finances in order. Team up with your doctor. Learn to manage stress. And most of all, believe that your best years aren't behind you. Remember, the goal isn't to turn back the clock. It's to wind it up. It's about building a life that is rich, vibrant, and full of purpose. Aging isn't a decline. It's an evolution. You have all the power you need to write the next chapter. Start with one small change today. You've got this. My name is Stephen Kofer. Thank you so much for watching. Before I started building success, I was a burnout man trying to hold everything together. Then I hit a turning point that forced me to rebuild my life from the inside out. And I realized real success starts with changing your identity, not your goals. Now, I help people break old patterns, build better habits, and become the person their future can depend on. A key piece of my stress management routine is having a place where I can go to unwind. Click on this video to check out my man cave. It perfectly blends fun and relaxation. This tour highlights my game room complete with a dartboard, pool table, foosball table, video games, fireplace, and a cozy lounge space. This finished basement is the ideal spot for entertaining or unwinding. I'll see you there.